The legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni is continuing to intensify, with new developments emerging from both sides. Recently, Lively's attorneys have become more aggressive, serving subpoenas to major companies like AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, along with seeking information from crisis management specialist Jed Wallace. Wallace is a key figure, with Lively's team accusing him of being involved in a smear campaign designed to damage her reputation. Lively's legal team is preparing for discovery, aiming to uncover the tactics and methods used to allegedly destroy her reputation over the past year. The case, which began with Lively's initial civil rights complaint in California, escalated when she accused Baldoni, her co-star and director on the film It Ends With Us, of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. In response, Baldoni filed a countersuit, alleging that Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, orchestrated a smear campaign against him, including false allegations published in the New York Times. Baldoni also claims that Lively manipulated the film's production and rewrote key scenes, leveraging her celebrity connections to pressure him into accepting her changes. Baldoni's team has actively used public channels to defend him, releasing behind-the-scenes footage and private messages between him and Lively. These exchanges, according to Baldoni, show that Lively's behavior was flirtatious and playful, indicating no harassment occurred. However, Lively's side argues that these messages and footage have been selectively released and do not tell the full story. Now, Lively's team is hitting back hard. They plan to reveal all communications, social media activity, and messages, arguing that they will expose Baldoni's narrative as misleading. They have also pointed to Wallace's actions and his involvement in the alleged smear campaign, which they believe will be critical in turning the tide of public opinion and legal strategy. In addition to these new subpoenas, Lively is seeking an extension from the court to amend her complaint by March 5, 2025, and also to file a motion to dismiss Baldoni's lawsuit by March 20, 2025. They argue that they need more time to address new facts, including the additional claims involving Wallace. This case is still far from resolution, with the trial not expected until March 2026, but the legal maneuvering and public relations battle are heating up as both sides prepare for a lengthy and complex legal fight. Here's an update on the ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, which continues to make waves in the public eye and in court. Blake Lively has escalated her legal strategy, signaling a more aggressive approach. Her legal team recently issued subpoenas to various companies such as AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, AOL, and Cloudflare, in addition to targeting Jed Wallace, a crisis management expert who has been linked to an alleged smear campaign against her. Lively's team is intent on exposing how her reputation and family were allegedly harmed over the past year. Their aim is to gather evidence that may contradict what Justin Baldoni's side has presented in the media. This case began when Lively filed a civil rights complaint, alleging that Baldoni sexually harassed her while filming It Ends With Us, creating a hostile work environment, and orchestrating a smear campaign to ruin her reputation. Baldoni responded with a countersuit, accusing Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, of making false allegations, and asserting that they manipulated the media narrative against him. Baldoni's legal team has been very active in publicizing their side of the case, releasing behind-the-scenes footage and personal messages between Lively, Baldoni, and Reynolds, in an effort to show that Baldoni did not act inappropriately. Meanwhile, Blake Lively's camp is fighting back, accusing Baldoni's crisis team, including Wallace, of manipulating public opinion. The team is preparing to counteract the narrative put forth by Baldoni, arguing that the publicized messages may not accurately reflect the full context of their interactions. In addition to the subpoenas, Lively's team is keen to investigate Jed Wallace's role further. Wallace has been accused of orchestrating a digital campaign that manipulated social media and news outlets to support Baldoni's version of events. Wallace himself has filed a $7 million defamation lawsuit against Lively, claiming that her actions caused reputational damage. A major point of contention has been the timeline of events. Lively's legal team wants to amend their complaint to include new information and possibly new defendants, including Wallace. They requested an extension, which the court granted, though the judge did not fully agree with the timeline proposed by Lively. The judge extended the deadline for Lively's motion to dismiss to March 20, 2025, giving both parties more time to prepare. The case has also seen disputes over procedural matters, such as when to file claims and responses. Baldoni's team has pointed out that Lively has already tried to depose Wallace before he filed his lawsuit. Lively had attempted to take legal action in Texas earlier this year before Wallace responded with his own suit. At the heart of it all, both parties seem to be preparing for a long legal battle, and the timeline for major filings is now set. The judge's recent decision, including the deadline extension for Lively's motion to dismiss, adds another chapter to the ongoing saga. With new developments expected in the coming months, it seems this legal conflict will remain in the public eye as both Lively and Baldoni continue to fight for their respective reputations and legal standing. We'll continue following the case closely as it unfolds, especially with the March 2026 trial scheduled in New York and the next major filings expected by mid-March 2025. In the ongoing legal saga between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, there have been several complex developments related to the role of Jed Wallace, a crisis management expert tied to the case. Lively's legal team has raised questions about Wallace's involvement in a potential smear campaign against her, which she believes was orchestrated through social media manipulation. In the official court filings, Wallace was not named as a defendant in Lively's lawsuit, but Lively has taken steps to investigate his potential role further through a Rule 202 deposition under Texas law. A Rule 202 deposition allows a party to seek a deposition before formally filing a lawsuit, typically to gather evidence or investigate a potential claim. Lively's petition, which has sparked some legal contention, includes statements made on information and belief, a phrase often used when a party doesn't yet have direct evidence but suspects certain facts to be true. Lively believes Wallace, working with a crisis management firm led by Melissa Nathan, was involved in an unlawful retaliation campaign. This campaign allegedly targeted Lively in the lead-up to the film It Ends With Us and involved coordinated social media manipulation on platforms like Instagram, Reddit, and TikTok. One of the more interesting parts of this petition is Lively's claim that Wallace was in regular contact with Baldoni's team and Wayfair executives. She cites text messages in which Nathan, a key figure in the case, refers to Wallace's involvement in strategizing these efforts. This connection is further reinforced by claims that Baldoni's attorney, Brian Fredman, had a close personal relationship with Wallace, which Lively argues strengthens the case that Wallace was a key player in the alleged smear campaign. Despite these allegations, Wallace was not named as a defendant in Lively's official lawsuit, and he has since filed a defamation lawsuit against her, claiming the accusations are baseless. He and Baldoni's team argue that Lively has no concrete evidence to support the claims and that her efforts to investigate him through the deposition are an indication that she lacks sufficient facts to move forward with her allegations. In the petition, Lively suggests that Fredman, Baldoni's attorney, has even threatened legal action against anyone pursuing lawsuits related to the smear campaign. As a result, Lively argues that the deposition would help clarify Wallace's involvement and protect her from potential frivolous lawsuits filed by Fredman. The legal back and forth highlights two competing narratives. Lively's camp believes a smear campaign exists and seeks evidence through the deposition, while Wallace and Baldoni's team argue that this investigation shows Lively's case is weak, as she has yet to prove any wrongdoing. This legal conflict is still ongoing, and as of now, Blake Lively has requested the opportunity to depose Wallace in order to build a stronger case. Wallace, on the other hand, is using her request as evidence that she doesn't have the facts to back up her accusations, further complicating this already complex case. As the deadlines for filing documents approach February 18 and March 20, the legal landscape will continue to evolve, and we can expect more twists in this high-profile case. Stay tuned for further updates on this developing legal drama. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe on YouTube channel The News Art.